Say hi to everybody, Rowena. Are you saying hi to everybody, Rowena? Hi. Just because you have already been named the employee of the month doesn't give you the right to be snobby. Huh? Are you being snobby? Does everybody see Rowena there? Hey, everybody. How are ya? Did y'all see Rowena? Isn't she funny? Okay, is there anybody on here? Let's see. Oh, there's Jane. Jane, you are the first one on, girl. Jean said, congratulations on your Employee of the Month, Rowena. Let's hope that we have good internet service tonight. Are we okay on the internet? Let's see. Jane said hi, Ro. Ashley said hi, Rowena. And Amanda said hello. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Jane. I wish she was reading for us. I'm nervous, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's pre-release night, obviously, for Tense Trails and Turmoil. And I probably didn't pick a good time to read because I get nervous. Really nervous. I won't sleep all night. So are you guys having any problems with the camera? Hey, hi, Linda. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, Rose. Rose said, congratulations, Rowena. And Linda says hi too. Hi, Kathy. Good evening, Judy. Linda, she is precious. Today, Linda, I was outside reading and I thought, after I work today, I was going to go, I had some business stuff I needed to take care of. And so I thought, for my hour lunch break, I'm going to go read. And so I was outside reading and she was going crazy, meowing. I could hear her in the house. I had on the bay window, some of the windows open, and she was like starting to claw. And I was like, Rowena, no. So then in the middle of the bay windows, the window doesn't have any screen. It's just full glass. So she was up there the whole time clawing away. So that was not very enjoyable for me to rest, but that's okay. But she is precious. Hey, Jane, after you said hi to Rowena first. No, I'm kidding. Hi, Shannon. Rose says her little teddy bear ran over when he heard my voice. I call it my hillbilly. Like there's southern speak, like southern, and then there's hillbilly, and I think I have that hillbilly twang. Hi, Mary Lee and Monica. Hi, Kathy. It's all good. You mean my release? I'm sure it is, but I still get those first time jitters, like it's the first time. This is like the 100th book or something. I need to count that up, but you just never know, you never know what books are going to do well and what's not. But I got you guys, and that's awesome. And I would not be, Eddie and Austin went to the house And Eddie's like, oh, just take your phone and you can read bedtime stories at the lake or at the pond, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, no, I'll just stay at home with them, just kind of chillax. But they're there because they were starting to tear down the house today, supposedly. So fingers crossed that Eddie texts us. I've got my phone, so maybe he'll text us and let us know if it gets torn down. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jeannie. Oh, good. I'm glad it's good for you. Hi, Marcia. Jenna says hi to Rowena. Hi, Suzanne Boyd. How is Canada, chickadoodle? You little cutie. I know, Linda. She can't wait for Tense Trails and Turmoils to upload on her Kindle at midnight. Hey, Luann. Hey, Jean. Yeah, Employee of the Month. Oh, yeah, her Employee of the Month, which was announced on my author page. Oh, Kathy, thank you. Oh, okay. So Amanda, I was worried about this. She's on her iPad, but now she can see. Oh, she was actually on screen, Jean, right there. Ro, hey, hey. My little girl. Yes, her so sweet. Hers is such a good girl. So she was on screen when I first got on. I had Rowena on there because I go and get a drink of water because I let it roll like a minute or something before. Oh, you guys, what a day. What a day. Yes. So we are here today to read A Charming Crime. We are on chapter 10. And June has gone to her shop, Darla's shop in Whispering Falls. So I think we're going to read chapter 10, and then that is going to be all for, I think we can read chapter 10 and 11 because chapter 10 is like 3 pages long. And then we will be off. So, Jean and Jane sound the same. Oh, I hear you, Jane. A funny story because I got a million of them. My nephew's name is Ben, and so people are like, "Are you saying Ben or Ben?" And I said Ben, and they're like, "As in a clothes bin or like a Ben, Ben?" And I'm like, "Oh, Ben." So people up here say Ben. It's a Ben, and I have a clothes bin. But when he was little, I would teach him how to spell his name. And cute little thing, when we went, because I mean, he was he was the first baby in our family, and boy, is it show. We have doted all over that kid, and he's 22 now. But anyways, and so he was in preschool or like or kindergarten, and I was teaching him how to spell his name. His name's Benjamin. 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 Pan. I know, I can't even do it. Anyways, Benjamin, but it's Benjamin. And so when they go through the lunchtime, they would say, "Okay, what's your name?" And he'd say Benjamin, because I had him I told him to break up his days. I still love it. It was Ben Jam In. So all year long they were calling him Ben Jam In. Ben Jam In. And so I went to school for this thing, and they're like, "Oh," they used to call me Aunt Fun. "Are you Aunt Fun? Ben Jamin has told me all about you." And I went, "Benjamin?" And they're like, "Yeah, Benjamin." And I'm like, "You mean Benjamin?" So everybody thought his name was Benjamin. It is Benjamin, but it's Ben. He goes by Ben, and Ben is 22, and he is actually going to Montana for the summer to work at a park, and it's open. and he's going to leave in a couple of weeks. So he too goes to University of Kentucky. He's the one that does all the graphics art and that did my painting in my bathroom. Did y'all see my painting? I'm sure y'all did, but we'll go look at it real quick. So he is really good. I'll also link. He like gets paid to do like, oh, Cheryl will know, like Carson's, the restaurant, that big mural that was painted on top. My nephew did that mural, and so it was kind of like a huge family affair because he was working on it and he did it all by himself. And so there's an article that shows everybody up there, like all my sister and kids and stuff, painting, helping him paint. So because he actually did the outline of it, and so he's really good at like graphics art and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a thing here in Cincinnati called Blank, and then he was like part of that. And so he's real artsy. But I'm going to show y'all the one painting that he did in the bathroom. And so it was actually an auction, and I bid on it at a gallery in Lexington. He had his own show. And y'all probably remember, but this is my guest bathroom, but it's really cool. So this is the flower because I love daisies and sunflowers. And this looks like a record. See? He made it look like a record. And so it's really cool. So this was hanging up in an art show, and then you could bid on it, and the proceeds went to a like charity or something like that. So anyways, there's Rowena. Rowena, look at her. She's such a thinker. You did a thinker. Hi. I can't even get the thing there. Hi. She's looking out the front door. So this would be her view. She's like, what's going on? So that's her view. So she's looking out the front door. So why is that? Why are you putting that on me? Hi, you little girl. She's so tiny. I mean, she is like a small cat. She doesn't look very small, but she is. So anyways, my nephew made that. Benjamin made that. So anyways, yeah. So we are here because I just talk up a storm, don't I? We are here today, and my door is open, so I'm watching all my neighbor people. You probably can't see, but they're all walking their dogs. You can't see out there, but they're all walking their dogs. Charlie and Scooter would be like going crazy right now. So anyways, here we are. We are reading chapter 10 of A Charming Crime. Are y'all ready? Okay. Turn over was all I could remember shouting out in my sleep, just as I saw the hand slowly peel away from the neck. The head tilted to the side, and as if it had one final push, the eyes popped open, staring at me, then shone with fear. It was Anne. My heart nearly leapt out of my chest. It woke me up. Blinking several times, I remembered where I was, Whispering Falls and smack dab in the middle of a murder. Oh, yeah, and how could I forget that I'm a spiritualist? Mr. Prince Charming, I called out, but he wasn't anywhere to be found. He must have found some sort of escape route out of the house, just like he did in Locust Grove. Darla's journal was lying next to me. I must have fallen asleep reading it. Eloise, I whispered. She was going to have to go back in my mind until I told Oscar about my nightmare. A little too late, but still it was strange for our nightmares to be changing so much. I grabbed my cell phone and dialed him. How did you sleep? There was concern in his voice. Good, until the body turned over. I pushed the button on the coffee pot and then looked out the window over the kitchen sink. It was the most beautiful view of Whispering Falls. The house sat on top of the hill, giving a great view of all the visitors that were already walking around. Bella was right. The lush green grass that covered the ground surrounding the shops were vibrant. It looked like carpet. What do you mean, body? Oscar asked with caution. My nightmare was different. It wasn't the same one. Out the window in the distance, I could see a little white furball galloping towards a house, and it looked like there was something in his mouth. The hands let go and the body turned over. It was Anne. Don't tell me any more until you get an attorney, he pleaded. An attorney? What in the world? Oh, no. My throat hit the bottom of my stomach. Are you saying there aren't any other suspects? Only me? I'm just saying that no one else had any issues with Anne that I can find. You and she had a public fight. Oscar was to the point. Fine. I wasn't going to argue with him. I knew I didn't do it. Just because everyone around here had all sorts of psychic abilities, I'm sure they were still human and had fights. I did feel a little tension between Chandra and Ann, as well as Izzy and Ann. Hell, Ann had tried to sue Chandra. And what about the statement that Izzy said that the first time I went to Mystic Light about the fact that Ann couldn't hold down a job and it was her responsibility? Why was Ann her responsibility? There was only one way to find out. Madame Torres. It was at least worth exploring. I was determined to figure out everyone's relationship and how they were connected to Anne. If I was a betting woman, I'd say Madame Torres could tell me a thing or two. June, Oscar stopped me before I hung up. Don't go around putting your nose where it doesn't belong. You need to let the expert do that. Something will turn up. He knew me too well, but not well enough to know that I was going to listen to him. Meow, meow. Mr. Prince Charming dropped everything near my foot. Dropped something near my foot. I hung the phone up and bent down to pick it up. You are a thief. The dog charm was cute with the small diamond eyes. You are making us look really bad. It's not enough that they think I killed Anne and you go off and steal a charm. What was it with this cat? I shook my head. There was no time to waste. I had to get my hands on the crystal ball. Plus, it was opening day for a dose of Darla. After I got ready, I grabbed a couple ding-dongs, thinking this could be a stressful day, and walked toward Main Street. I glanced over at Mystic Light. No thanks to Mr. Prince Charming, Madame Torres is going to have to wait. I had to get this charm back to Belle. Chapter 11. Good morning, Belle greeted us when we walked in. Her store was so crowded. The customers were trying all sorts of jewelry. How did you sleep? New place and all, I shrugged. Did she really think I slept well? A little thing called murder was on my mind. Plus, I didn't want to give up any details of my nightmare, even though I had to wonder if she could read my mind. I took the dog charm out of my pocket and laid it on the counter. I'm afraid Mr. Prince Charming stole this from you. Oh, he didn't steal it. I gave it to him and told him to take it to you. She handed the lady next to me a bracelet with a turquoise stone instead of the jade stone. I think I like the jade one better. The woman pushed the turquoise bracelet back towards Bella. No, you'll be much happier with the turquoise, I promise. Bella's eyes twinkled and she picked up the bracelet and put it on the woman. The woman gasped in delight. She smiled at Bella. I think you're right. Bella took the woman's payment and she left as happy as could be. How did you know that? I asked in amazement. How did you know she liked the turquoise one better? It's in her stars. Bella smiled, leaned over and whispered, I'm an astrologer of the village. Horoscope, crystal reader. Ah, I nodded. Whispering Ball definitely had a lot of secrets for me to explore. Back to the charm. You told him to bring it to me? Yes, she picked up the cleaning cloth and cleaned the jade bracelet before placing it back in the jewelry case. I wanted you to have it. Dog charms help prevent evil spirits from attacking the living, especially a spiritualist. And I have a feeling someone evil is out to get you. Well, first off, that didn't make me feel good at all. Even though I'm ignoring my intuition that something evil is lurking, basically Belle's words weren't much different than Madame Torres. Out to get me? I felt a little like Patience repeating Constance. And what do my stars say? She was a supposed spiritualist. She should be able to tell me my future or if someone was out to get me. Rules of the village. No spiritualist can read other spiritualists. You must figure your own path. She floated her hands around in the air. I planted my elbows on the case and put my chin in my hands. I want my future to be normal like 2 days ago. That is what I want. That might not be in your cards, she smiled as she went back to the next customer. She pointed over my shoulder out the door. I think you have a line at the door of your shop. She was right. A dose of Darla had customers. Mr. Prince Charming and I hurried out and down the street. There was money to be made. I slipped into the back door to get familiar with the shop before I opened it up to the crowd outside. With a deep inhale, I unlocked the door into my new life. The line of customers was a steady stream between answering questions and making up quick remedies. I cleaned all the nooks and crannies. Anything and everything that Darla had handwritten on it, I tucked into a small box I had found behind the counter. Nothing seemed to bother Mr. Prince Charming. He found a nice comfy spot on a well-worn cushion on the chair behind the counter to sleep on. It was assuring that I was able to answer questions and mix up all sorts of remedies without consulting Darla's notebook as I had done in years past. It was all coming naturally to me. Maybe I did have a knack for the spiritual stuff. From the back room, I grabbed a couple of ingredients and threw them in the mixing bowl. I could mix and create while I answered questions. Can I help you? I asked the tall, dark man that had been waiting patiently in the corner of the store as I mixed the remedy to treat hemorrhoids for a waiting customer. I'll wait until you're done. He gestured toward my hemorrhoid customer. I let the ingredients mix and added an extra spoonful of witch hazel. I picked out the prettiest bottle to put the remedy in. If my customers had to have such an awful sickness, at least she could enjoy the pretty bottle, unlike the aluminum tubes you get from a doctor. The hourglass bottle had the loveliest green flowers glued all over it, but the elegant flower glass cork was the added elegant touch. Beautiful, the woman gasped gingerly, taking the bottle from me. Follow these directions to a T, and you'll never have that issue again. I assured her, giving her a piece of paper that I had scribbled the directions on. Thank you, she whispered, touching my hand. I don't know what it is about this town, but I always leave here feeling so good inside. Village, I corrected her. We are a village that cares. The mysterious gentleman stepped aside to make room for her to leave, and then stepped forward. He glanced around the room before laying a brown package on the counter. I'm sorry you waited so long. What is this? I asked. He stared at me. I closed my eyes, hoping some type of homeopathic cure would come to me like it had all day long, but nothing. I didn't know what happened. I wonder if my spiritual abilities had been zapped. What is it? I looked into his deep, dark eyes for an answer. Why did I get the gift of knowing homeopathic cures instead of something cool like the ability to read one's mind? It's the sweetgrass that you asked for. He unrolled the brown wrapping and revealing the long stems, some brown, some green. I didn't come all this way to be shafted. We grow a crop for you every year, and when the wind blows telling us you need sweetgrass, I bring it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm new around here, and this whole spiritual thing is really something I just found out about. I picked up the strain and smelled it. Nothing sweet about it. And who did you say ordered it? The wind. He crossed his arms in front of him. The wind? Right, I grinned. So the wind had a soul and he could read it? Geez, now I heard everything. I looked over his shoulder. There was another line forming down the street, and he was holding it up. I have just what you need. I went to the back and quickly began to mix up Bushmaster Snake Remedy that has a wide range of uses. And not knowing the sky was crazy, I knew it would help get the chemicals in his mind back to normal. June, Izzy called from the front. Do you need some help? I walked up to the front and Izzy was talking to the gentleman. I'll just be a moment. I put my finger up. Business is good today. Izzy leaned back and gestured to the line of customers. Business is good every day. And I see that the sweetgrass is here for the smudging ceremony. She patted the tall man on the back. Yes, he nodded and put his hand out. I'm waiting on payment. I stammered, looking back and forth between them. I'm a bit confused. Smudging? I thought he was crazy. Izzy threw her long blonde head back and laughed so loud it made Mr. Prince Charming wake up from his nap. He stretched and arched his back in the air before he ran out the door. The tall man also threw his head back with his long black hair falling behind his shoulders, exposing several feathers that were braided into it. Instantly, I knew he was Native American and delivering herbs for the smudging thing, whatever that was. I'm so sorry. I took a couple $100 bills out of the register and handed it to him. He was obviously the contact for the village of all things we need from the Native American village. This was a plus. There were many times I needed something for a remedy in Locust Grove and couldn't get it because no one sold it. If I wanted it, I was going to have to find a Native American to give it to me. Now I had that contact. He grabbed the money, put it in his pocket, and left. I'm sorry, I had no idea. I apologized to Izzy. She took this village very seriously. No problem. She looked around. I'm glad you have put your gifts to work today and not wasted them in the flea market. Izzy, I stopped her before she left. I looked around the store and made sure no one was around us. I'd like to buy that snow globe from you. Her eyes shot through me. Well, we can talk about that later. Her words were quick and sharp. There was one in particular. I was going to tell her about Madame Torres, but she cut me off. Have a wonderful day. She turned on her heeled, pointy-toed, laced-up black boots, and A-frame skirt twirled, and she walked out. I was going to get my hands on Madame Torres with or without Izzy's permission, but I had to focus on this smudging ceremony. I could see the top of Chandra's turban weaving in and out of the crowd. I wanted to pop in with a quick hello while I had a person in the mud bath, she chuckled and then shivered. A woman came in for a manicure. Of course, I had to read her palm without her knowing and talk to her into a mud bath. She's going to need a lot more pampering with the stress she's going through in her life. Izzy tapped her long blonde nails on the cash register. Looks like business has been good. I can't complain. Truth be told, I couldn't wait to see how much I'd sold today. I was sure I had made more money today than I had made last year at the flea market. I was glad to see Chandra. It gave me an opportunity to ask her a few questions about Anne while the customers picked up the retail bottles and read the homeopathic ingredients that was going to cure them. You could tell by my palm that I didn't kill Anne, right? I was talking about how she had looked at my hand yesterday after I passed out. Oh, dear, she giggled. It's not my place to judge. According to Petunia, Anne hasn't come back, and we all know what that means. I assumed she was talking about the whole good soul, bad soul thing, and I didn't even understand all of that. You and Anne got along, right? I leaned over the counter a bit more and pulled my hair behind my shoulders so I could hear her. Even after she tried to sue you? No one got along with Anne, she tapped her temple. Gerald did. Once I caught him in here looking through the honey homeopathic cures. Did he ask you about the honey cures? I wish Chandra would stay on subject, but she was flighty and always nervous. By her constant laughter, I could tell talking about Anne had made her uncomfortable. Plus, she never answered my question about her relationship with Anne. I must go. Many customers need their nails done today, she smiled, and a few little life questions answered for them without asking is a nice touch to keep them coming back. I waved goodbye and helped the next customer. I wonder if everyone in the village gave their customers little tidbits about their life using their spiritual gift. Bella did it with the bracelet, and Chandra practiced on her customers. No wonder people came back to Whispering Falls. I pulled a ding-dong out from behind the counter and savored every single morsel, recalling what Chandra had said about that honey. Why didn't Gerald get fresh honey from Petunia? Why would he break in a dose of Darla? A light bulb went off in my head. Did Petunia say that Anne was allergic to honey? Only one way to find out. Patience Karima. I had to get her alone, away from Constance. After all the customers were gone, I restocked the shelves exactly the way Darla had. I had one thing and one thing only on my mind, Patience Karima and that autopsy report. I locked the wooden door behind us, and Mr. Prince Charming and I proceeded to walk down Main Street. Some of the shops were still open, especially Golly Bee Pet Store. I'd imagine her store was the last one closed every day. Who couldn't resist to look at some great animals that cohabitated, not to mention the live tree? I popped my head in to say hello. Petunia was sitting on the grass floor with the animals, and customers milled about. I waved when she looked up. She waved back. There was a bird sitting on her shoulder. A few days ago, I would have thought it was strange. It seemed normal. My new normal. Yoo-hoo! I looked up, and Bella stood on the sidewalk in front of her shop, waving her hands up in the air. I've got your bracelet. I had completely forgotten that I left my bracelet there this morning so she could put the new dog charm on. At this point, I was going to take all the luck I could get. I hurried down to get it from her. That was fast. My eyes lit up watching her clasp the charm bracelet on my arm. It reminded me of the little turtle charm and how much I longed to have it back. Where you going? I had to show y'all that. Keep going. Which reminded me of Anne and the possibility that she was killed by honey. But why would Gerald want Anne dead? Thank you. I admired the bracelet and glanced down the street towards two sisters and a funeral. The Karima sisters were scurrying down the street. Gerald came out of the gathering grove and locked the door behind him. He tapped his top hat on his head, and he was off somewhere fast. He didn't even notice us across the street. Hello, a whisper grazed my ear. Hello, I chirped and turned to see who greeted me, but no one but Bella was around me. Where is everyone going? They all seem to be heading in the same direction. It's time for the smudging ceremony. I hope you got the ingredients with you. Bella's brows drew together. She looked confused. See you there. There was that word again. Smudging. All right. So that was chapter 10 and 11. I think I put Rowena to sleep. She's so tiny. Anyways, what did you guys think? Let's see who joined us. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Jamie Rutland Gillespie. Thank you, Connie. Sarah was trying to show her her 4 cats. Rowena, I guess. I'm glad you got here, Lynn. I know, ding dongs. I love my ding dongs. Oh, Becky had a root canal today. She came home and took a nap and just got here. I had one of those about a year ago. It wasn't too bad, actually. I know, Diane. I need some ding dongs, too. I was just thinking that. And I went to pick up my Kroger click list today, and I thought, man, I should have bought ding dongs. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Jamie from Illinois. Kim was grass. Good for you, girl. It's going to rain here tomorrow, so we had to get our grass cut yesterday. And you can't stop there. We need more. Rowena does look comfy, Tammy. I live for this time of the day too, Michelle. And Monica just read this series, so it's fresh in her mind. Oh, thank you, Darcy. You know, you can pick the book up for free right now on ebook, so go grab it. Actually, it's always free. Hey, Tammy. Thank you, Judy. Great story. Rose said, I think I need to get ding dongs. Yeah, me too. What is that, Kenny? The Native American is Kenny. Yeah. I love Kenny. And thanks, Amanda. She has on Audible. Marcia thinks that Gerald did it. So you haven't read the book yet, Marcia? Good for you. Jane, it's raining there now. Thank you, Marcia. So you guys, putting this book aside, tomorrow is release day. I always post something and I always do a giveaway for you guys. So what I do is I post a something on my author page, and then I have you guys go over there and share it, because you can't. I would put it here, but you can't share from here because it's a group private thing. And so I have you go over there and share it. So tomorrow, I'm going to do a giveaway for y'all to share the post over there. It helps me get the word out, you guys. I'm so grateful that y'all help me every time. I really, really am. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, obviously. But, I just hope that, especially during this time, I'm so grateful that people are just spending their pennies on my books, but I hope it gives them an escape. I tell you, I've about had it with this self-isolation stuff. I have. It is wearing on me. I'm just like, this is killing me. So it was so interesting because Eddie and I, we're finishing up the bathroom, and he comes in, he goes, let's go to Lowe's. And I'm like, okay. So I jump in the car with him to go to Lowe's and completely forgot my mask. And I'm like, I can't go in. I forgot my mask. It's just those little things. And he had his mask in his truck, and a mask in his truck, a couple. And so he went in by himself. But you really only go in one person at a time. But I saw somebody in their car. I saw 2 people I knew. So we had rolled down our window and we were talking, but ended up not getting the shower door that Eddie had originally gone to get. So I'm just like, I just, not that I love Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't. Eddie loves that place. But it's just to get out of the house, you know. But I have got to get moving. But they're not opening up stuff in Kentucky, I don't think. I didn't listen to our governor tonight. But I get the Ohio news since I live right here, so I have to, you know, listen to their news. So their governor, Ohio, he is opening up the store retail on the 12th of May, but not like nail salons or hair salons or anything like that. So, so let's see. Let's go back. Jane said it's raining there, and Marcia says love to her, and Ashley is a great story. Makes me want to ding dong. I know, me too, Ashley. Let's see. Rose says that she can't wait to read the new book at midnight. Darcy, I haven't read it either. Well, you need to pick it up. And Becky Scott, she loves May. But Darcy, I think you're talking about Charming Crime. If you've not read it, it's free. You should grab it. Let's see. Lynn, Amanda too. I feel safer being home. You know, Jane, Kentucky, we have just like 3,000 here in our state. And I think it's really up to, well, I still feel like I've had it, but it's really up to, I think, us at this point. We know it's out there, and, you know, we need to arm ourselves. But I don't go anywhere. Like, if I go, like today I went to the Click List, I wore my mask and I had my gloves on. And really, the girl just handed me the thing through the window and put my bags in the car. And what I did was I stuck her paper in the trash bag in my car because I don't need it. And then I took my gloves off and put them in the trash bag. And then I started my car and left, took my mask off. I took my mask off first and took my gloves inside out. And then when I get home, if it's stuff that needs to be put in the refrigerator or freezer, then I'll get it out. I'll get another thing of gloves on and get my wipes out and wipe it off and put it in the refrigerator. But the other stuff I leave out in my garage for 24 hours, which I don't know if that's long enough. Originally, they said that was long enough. So tomorrow, I'll go out there and get the boxed items and things like that. So, you know, we just try to be as vigilant as we can. And I got money. They say it sits on money. So I've been trying not to use my money. So like if I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I have my Dunkin' app. So I will just hold my app out the window, which tomorrow is release day. So I totally have to go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning and get me a Dunkin' Donut coffee. I should just do a live video all day tomorrow so y'all can see how nervous I get. Y'all would be like, oh my gosh, Tanya's a basket case. So anyway, what happened is that Jack, I got him money out for his 21st birthday party, and literally I came home and laid it out and sprayed it like with Lysol, and then a day later flipped it over and sprayed it again. Like, you have to plan these kind of things. Yeah, I used to get it like an hour before and stick it in his envelope. Now you really got to plan all this stuff. So I don't know, you know. But let's see. Jane said she felt safer. My books are worth the cost. Thank you, Rose. That is so nice. Cheryl, I need a trip to the bookstore too, especially the one in Lexington, the Joseph Beth there. No one wears a mask. Oh, Jane, everybody wears a mask around here. Oh, thank you, Connie, so much. Marcia, she's suffering some coopitis for being cooped up too long. I love that. Did you make that up? Here, Cheryl. This is for us UK girls. Let's see. Yeah, it is safer to stay home if you don't have a mask. Amanda Neal said that although her and her neighbor have been walking, they meet a lot of new neighbors, old and new ones. Oh my gosh, Amanda. Ain't that the truth? Let me tell you what. So I am in a subdivision, and granted, we're about, we got an acre between our homes, but I've been here going on 9 years, right? And I'm 4 houses down from this house. It's a Tudor, and it's a beautiful home. I have never seen those people, ever, never. Never seen those people. And I walk every day, and literally my neighbors next to me, if something's going on in the neighborhood, they call me at night because they know that I know. Because I am outside in the she shed, or I'm looking out my office window. I got my door always open so I know who's walking, who's not. And they're like, call me Miss Kravitz, from Bewitched. Totally Miss Kravitz. And I even keep a pair of binoculars in the front. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I might be a front porch lady. I might be a laundromat, a laundry club girl. So anyways, the other day, there's these people walking with this dog, a German Shepherd dog, a big dog, and a little girl. And I'm like, are people parking up the street and just walking our lakes? Because like we're the neighborhood that they truck in all the kids from the county to go trick or treat, and they'll park at the school, which is fine. I don't mind. I love it. And so I'm walking behind them, and I'm like, are they really just parking and walking around? Good for them. And they go up the driveway of the Tudor house, Amanda. I called Eddie. I was walking. I said, you aren't going to believe it. The people in the Tudor house, they have a dog and a kid. So the next time they walked, I took a picture and sent it to Eddie for proof. Terrible. Terrible. See, this is why I should not work from home alone. And Rowena still is sleeping. She is not at all comforting. There, we'll look at Rowena for a little bit. So anyways, me either, Amanda. Yeah, Ohio is starting to open slowly on the 1st. Yeah, so let me tell you what, your governor talks forever. But since I live in Northern Kentucky, we get the Ohio news. He wears me out. I don't even turn the TV on. Let's see, Amy, I have a Charming Cure downloaded, reading it now, or crime, I'm sorry. Texas reopens retail and restaurant Friday at 25% occupancy. That's great. Texas is beginning to reopen. That's what Becky said. So did Jane. Darcy said, I get to get out of work, but not much else. Rose McLaren, in 10 weeks of self-quarantine, take Teddy for walks and nice days just to get out. Yeah, me too. Jeannie said that she hopes he opens a tanning salon soon. Kathy says, I need a haircut. I know I need a haircut too, but I'm not too worried. Sadly, once they get more tests, the numbers will go up. That's true. Darcy says, please do not wear a glove out. Darcy, somebody else told me that too. And so somebody told me that today. So I put a call into my sister. So I'm going to have her ask me about that. Shayna wants to see her grandson. I know. I want to see my mom. My mom said that she's breaking out on Mother's Day. She says, I am driving up there on Mother's Day, and she can just quarantine with me for 12 days, 14 days. Michelle says, I don't have a yard or patio, so it's tough for me, but I'm glad that you're safe in the house. That's right, Michelle. Jane is high risk. I do wipe my hands off before I take my mask. I actually have an sanitizer that's from the doctor's office in my car. Ashley says, I can see how nervous you are right now. Things will go good tomorrow. I'm sure they'll go fine. Just it's always nerve-wracking. I tell you what's nerve-wracking. I got to get my plug. Should we keep talking? I got to get my charger. Hold on a second. We're going to die. I want to die. Hold on. Woo, we got plugged in. I just get nervous, because I just want somebody to escape, and I think, I hope that I did my why, which is to have somebody to escape. And so I don't read reviews, so that's a good thing. That I could not take. Look at Rowena. I tried to zero in on her. She's a stinker. Look at her. Becky Scott said that, so Michelle said shopping is now full. Michelle, I never thought I was a shopper until this whole quarantine. I mean, Amazon is coming daily. Eddie is like, Tanya, because we have a budget for the books because it's a business. And we have another budget for our house. And so sometimes when I'm on Amazon, I forget whose account I'm on, the business or the Capus account. So sometimes I will put the business stuff on the Capus account and not, and vice versa. So Eddie is always trying to do the budget once a week. We have a budget meeting for the books, and he's like, I can't keep it straight. You've got to learn to keep this straight because you are shopping way too much. And most of it's like planner stuff, like my planner. So I keep my planner with me at all times. Look at this big Mama Jamba. So this is today's planner. And I still haven't even done half this stuff, which I know that I got to write my newsletter and I send that out in the morning, but I'll write that while I'm drinking coffee. So anyways, Becky Scott said I should write it about my invisible neighbors. I know. Isn't that terrible? Jane posted 2 pictures of She Shed for you, Tanya. Okay. Crack me up. They do exist. Tanya, this is so fun. The invisible neighbors, good one. We Michelle said they just got extended to the end of May. Where do you live, Michelle? I don't remember. Are you you're not in New York, are you? You're in California. Okay. Tammy said her daughter lives in Ohio. Jean said where? New Jersey's not opening up anytime soon. I know, that's heartbreaking. Tammy, I have a granddaughter lives in New York. Oh, that's also heartbreaking. Michelle said she's going to make some coffee and keep visiting with you. Oh, that's good, girl, because mine's right here too. Hey, and that's Hocking Hills, Ohio, for all you Ohio people. We've gone there several times to rent a cabin. Let's see. Jean said where, and Jeannie responded to me, south of Youngstown. Are y'all talking about Ohio? Because that's where Ashley's from. Not that I should be telling people about Ashley, but you are. But you are. She took me to this place with the hot dog where you sign the hot dog bun. Do you know what restaurant I'm talking about? I mean, it was incredible. It was very cool. Anyway, Cindy's in Western New York. Oh, Cindy, my heart breaks. Amazon Fresh Your regular. Right. Do you go live on Tuesday morning? Amanda, I go live on Wednesday morning, but I am going to go live in the group tomorrow, my author page tomorrow night. So I think I'm going to do that around 8 o'clock tomorrow night. You can hop over there and see me tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the book. And then Amanda said that she's going to be like her mom and break out and head to her daughters in Kentucky. Now, Amanda, do your daughters, where do they live in Kentucky? They don't live in Covington. You came to Covington, like by me. And then we had gone to the beach. But where in Kentucky do your daughters live? Yeah, Ashley lives in, I told you. Wednesday, that's right. Tony Pacos, that's right. That's the place with the hot dog buns. I love that. Pennsylvania is up in May. Tammy Wright, her son lives in Watertown with your granddaughters and his wife. Jeannie is just in West Virginia, where all 3 states come together. And Amanda said that her daughters live in Vine Grove. Okay. So you were here for a dance competition, I believe, back in the fall. It was the winter. Yeah, it was the winter. Actually, May 8th, I got extended. It got extended. Oh, man. Crazy. Oh, you guys. Amanda said she's breaking out like my mom. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. So she was on FaceTime with us yesterday, and she told me and my kids that gymnastics. That's right, Amanda. Sorry. So she was telling the kids, I'm coming up there for Mother's Day. I'm breaking out. And my kids were so mad. They were like, Granny, no, you're not. You're not going to get sick and da da da. And that's what happened. Jeannie, one of these days you're going to message me and message me or message somebody else and drive down to meet you for coffee. Oh, yeah, that restaurant really is a super fun place. And I love hot dogs. That was fun. I'll have to find my pictures. I've got them on my computer. Oh, you guys. Well, we've been on here for like an hour. We still haven't heard from Eddie. Let's see if we'll call him and see if they tore down the house. If they didn't tear down the house, I'm going to be mad. I have no shame. Yeah, Jeannie, they won't self-isolate, but Grady has to. They think that they'll beat it, and she's audio mute or something. You have reached the voicemail box of. He did not answer me. We'll call Austin. Austin's with them. I made Austin go. I don't even have Austin's number on here right now because he's been living here. I hadn't had to call him. Let's just see if they tore down that nasty house. Aren't I terrible? Let's see. Oh, Jeannie's gonna come have coffee with me. Come on. Let's see. A couple of girls came through, like Becky Wilhoy and her cousin and her cousins. They came through one day and we met at a coffee shop. Amanda Neal, you're going to Lexington in a couple of weeks. What are you going to Lexington for? Thank you. You have reached the voicemail. Nobody is answering me. I could be here dying. Let's see. Good luck tomorrow. I'm sure everything will go great. Thank you, Jean. I'm sure it will. Everyone. Shh. Yeah, he totally ignored me. He's watching on Facebook, so he knows you're going to put him on with us, so he won't answer. Oh, he doesn't even have Facebook. Eddie has zero social media. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't know how to log on it. He doesn't know anything about it. But I will tell you, one of the people that we saw last night or tonight at Lowe's said, "Hey, Eddie, I love your new property." And he goes, "Oh, how'd you know about it?" He said, "I saw Tanya's Facebook on her video." I have no shame. I'm not worried. I was just going to pick up some kiln shelves. Kiln, is that how you say it? It's kiln is for her pottery. She makes the best stuff. You should see her coffee cups that she made. They are awesome. Oh, she's the one who made the, Amanda Neal's the one who made the cool little plates for the boxes. Let's see. Yeah, none of my kids do. Yeah, I'm going to run too. Oh, go have fun, bottle in your calf. Put a picture in. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow night in the author page at 8 p.m. So be sure to hop over there tomorrow night. It'll be around 8. I'm excited. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Wish us luck. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll share, and share. I'm so excited. And tomorrow night at 7, we'll be here to read more of the book club book, A Charming Crime. But then at 8 o'clock after this, we're going to go live at the author page. So we'll talk about A Charming Crime at 7. And then 8 o'clock, we'll talk about Tints, Trails, and Turmoils. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and I'll let y'all know about the house. I hope they call me. Love you all.